Nowadays, more and more people think about creating their own brand as they have something they're really passionate about, especially on social media. My name is Diana, and in this video we will cover the topic of social media marketing. You will know more about how to grow your business, what are the most effective marketing strategies, branding, and in general how to promote your business. What is more, in this video we will also talk about social media strategy as well as marketing strategies and digital marketing. Actually, the trend of coming up with a brand is not a surprise. Anyone can create their own brand in a couple of clicks. For example, just by creating an Instagram account and promoting any kind of product. It is a fact that social media offers a lot of opportunities. Anyone can sell products and services, so people sell the best they can offer, for example, skills or knowledge. Fewer people find it enjoyable to work for companies, they focus more on themselves and which goals they want to reach and pursue their dreams. Ambitious people with the spark in their eyes are ready to make their first step to a bigger success. However, sometimes they face a lot of obstacles, beginning with the channel that they should choose to make others know more about their product. Which target audience they should attract, which marketing tools should be used, create memorable logo, design of a web page, or a social media account if you like, and so on. It may seem hard, but if you put the equal sign between personal branding and branding of a company, you will get the basic idea of what brand development includes. How does it work? The thing is, the image of a brand is closely connected with associations, emotions, and previous experiences. If I say chocolate bar, you will have a certain association in your head. Or, for example, a technology company that produces devices, a fashion house, or anything else. You have it all in your head already. The same thing is with the personal brand. In this case, your goal is to pop up in people's minds when they think about the sphere where you work. It can be web design, playing a musical instrument, translating, engineering, developing new applications, using programming languages, and so on. The right promotion technique plays a fundamental role in this case. See, even working hard, you won't gain as much recognition as you can if you don't have a proper promotion technique. How else will people know what you offer and how you do your job? What is more important, for your work you are gonna be paid more. Regardless of which promotion channels to use, promoting your account is key, and with the services from Viewsta, you get a chance to buy offers with fair prices. More to that, we provide only organic traffic. No bots are involved in our promotion processes. In order to see the relevant services, simply filter the necessary information and pick what you need from the menu. Also, we have a blog where we post information about marketing, so you can visit it and find out more. There we also post some promotion tips and data that will help you to navigate better in the world of social media promotion. For more information, you can visit our official webpage at viewsta.com and see how it's done. So, how you can promote your brand? Having your personal brand is the ability to be seen, attract, and so have the power of influence, to have a positive impact on people and the market itself. And here we talk about quality. If you want your brand to become well-known, the first thing to do is to focus on that, on the quality. Very often we put an equal symbol between brand and quality. In other words, a brand becomes the reflection of the quality of the product and a service that is being sold. It's true. When the quality of the product improves continuously, for example over years, customers trust it. Interestingly, for clients, the price in this situation matters the least. Think about yourself. When you know that a product or a service is of really good quality, you will be far more likely to buy it than, for example, something that is unpopular on the market. Because you know that you pay for the quality and you will receive it. Yes, you can look for feedback and other people's experiences for the products that are not that popular, but you will trust brands more. It is pretty easy to prove. For example, consider buying a camera from Sony for taking professional pictures or buying a camera from another unknown brand. You see that you will choose Sony because you know that you will receive a desirable outcome and high quality. However, if that camera had no symbol of Sony, it would cost less. Why so? Clearly, it is because we also pay for the brand. Thus, it can be stated that people change their attitude when the product is a bit expensive as it is branded, but of course when the quality is high. Another thing that you need to focus on is how you can catch the attention of your potential customer. You can do that using the correct advertising. Well, nowadays it is hard to impress somebody, right? Seems like it, as everything that we need exists already. Don't forget that we live in the world where we can't hide from information, and very often it is impossible to avoid information overload that we get daily. People spend less and less time on ads, for example, while scrolling their feed on social media platforms. And it's true, we don't like to waste our time, now that it's not enough. We get so much to do and less time. So what you should do is to make your target audience notice your ad or any type of content you post and actually spend time on it. So our next advice is to make the ad unique. We know you probably heard it before, but what you should do is to use your creativity. And here we don't talk about Googling the most popular titles, colors used in the ad. Remember, what worked for other brands is only applicable for their brand and can be inaccurate for your product, as it wouldn't transmit the main idea. Think about what makes your product irreplaceable. What features does it have, and how it is different from other products or services in your sphere. Think about the strong sides of your product and how it can help your future customer to achieve their goals and how it is irreplaceable. Try to reflect that in the ad. You can use the help of professionals, for example designers, to come up with the best ad campaign, even web pages if necessary, and so on. The right promotion is having the correct campaign. Think about the most relevant logo. It should stand out from others of your competitors. What is more, you can come up with the name for your product. Brand without values and principles won't last more than one day. Also, don't forget about the basics, which is examining your target audience. It will help you when you launch your ad campaign. Analyze your audience, what is their age, gender, what are their interests, and so on. Choose the most relevant channels. It can be social media ads, personal face-to-face selling, and so on. You probably heard about such terms as 4 Ps of marketing. We're not going to dive into the marketing details now. In a couple of words, 4P stands for 4 words: place, product, price, and promotion. In a nutshell, place is where customer can find the product, like grocery store, workspace, co-working, and etc. Price, that will depend on the demand and on the pricing strategy that your competitors have. Product is actually what you offer on the market. It can be a service too. And what we've mentioned already today is promotion that involved proper advertising. It was just a quick overview. In this video, we focus more on promotion. Also, remember about listing the strong and weak sides of your product, opportunities and threats that your brand may face. In other words, do a SWOT analysis. You will need that in the future. It will make you see what strengths you can focus on, which weaknesses you can improve in the future, and what kind of threats are there on the market. The next thing you should pay attention to is the packaging of your product. Packaging is indeed essential. It shows a customer what your product is about, what it is in general. Actually, when deciding on buying something, no matter where you are, at the grocery store, in a clothing shop, shopping online, customers pay attention to the packaging first. Just by looking at it, they get the first impression and then decide whether it is appealing. Also, it should be clear what people should expect from it. Such elements as the color of it, a specific font, the way it looks, its shape, what kind of emotion it should evoke, and so on. It would be great if the packaging will be memorable, in a good way, of course. So, be creative here, and don't be afraid if the first time it won't go the way it was planned. Step by step, you will understand what your audience prefers, what is offered on the market, and how you can make your packaging stand out. Consider the most popular packaging: minimalistic from Apple, that everyone knows, packaging of chocolate Toblerone, Tiffany & Co. box, and others. And it is unlikely that another person will be a good specialist and will offer to the market what previous specialist could. So here it is important to be true to yourself and what you do best. Besides, people see when a person is enthusiastic about whatever they do, and so people would choose the services of this kind of specialist. It is clear that work and quality matters a lot to them. You can ask your family members or your friends about what you can do best. You can make your hobby and what you do best, your source of income. The situation on the market can be harsh, and you might think that with competitors' products, there won't be a place for yours. However, it is wrong. They started just like you did, and they analyzed the market when they decided to enter it. You should do it too. So our advice is to examine what kind of strategies your competitors have. Analyzing what your competitors used as technique is important. You can see what are the weaknesses of their ad campaign, for example, how their target audience reacted, how they engaged with them, etc. It is really beneficial. You may wonder how looking at what others did will help you. Well, as your competitors, you have the same target audience. Try to understand what kind of marketing strategies were used, which channels, and so on. After this analysis, you will be able to improve the way you present your brand and make a better product or a service than your competitors did. Another tip is to use geo-targeting. We briefly mentioned that you should focus on your audience and they create demand. And by using it, your ad will appear in the feed of those who are far more likely to buy your product. You can also choose to use our services as well. On Viewsta, you can choose to get views on social media, likes, comments, and so on. Note that there are services with geo-targeting, so make sure to visit our official page and find out more about it. In other words, it will target your potential customers by their location, country, region, city, address, zip code, and so on. It will be shown to them according to their geographical location. This way, you will definitely make engagement better. You can set this feature in Google Ads or, for example, using YouTube Ads if you want to promote your brand online. It is also possible to do so on any social media platform. When you don't have enough people as your target audience, consider collaborations. It is a very nice strategy. People collaborate with each other and users like to watch their favorite account holders post a video together or tag in the post, launch a new product together, and so on. But remember that the content of another person with whom you'd like to collaborate should appeal to your target audience. Otherwise, it will be irrelevant for them and they won't find it useful. It is indeed a win-win situation. You come up with an article, post video or photo content, appear in ads and spread your brand awareness, and at the same time they get content as well. Don't forget to focus on the sphere that you're really interested in. You've probably heard that a lot, but it is very important, and not everyone understands that. Some of them think that it is easy, and they have already chosen the sphere that they want to create products and sell them. But there's a difference. Imagine that there are two people that work in IT industry. Who will be more successful? The one who was always passionate about computers and programming languages, or another one who started to work in this sphere only because it is well paid? Salary is important and we can't deny that. But if we go into details, we will see that the one who is passionate about IT will offer more to the market and different companies, and so will earn more, because that person is driven by it and their skills will be valued more. Remember that it is okay to make mistakes. Without them, you won't be able to fully understand how to present your product and what promotion path to choose. Don't hesitate, we all do when we start something new. When you start to get results, you will understand that it was worth it, and you will definitely reach your goals. We hope this information was very helpful and we inspired you to come up with your own brand. We thank you for your attention. Feel free to ask us questions about brand promotion in the comment section below. Diana was with you today, and we will meet you very soon. See ya!